everybody. I am State Representative Lezlye Zupkus. I represent Prospect, Bethany, and Cheshire, and I am so excited today to be here. It's Women's History Month, and today I am with Superintendent Colleen Murray. We are at Bethany Elementary School, and I am just so thrilled for you to share Colleen with you and her story and how super she is. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for sharing with me today. I really mean that. I think you're just super. I really do. And I told you that
I think
heard
the same of you too.
Thank you. I've told you about how when I first met you and your story that you shared and how beautifully you did it. And we would just like to learn a little bit about you and some fun facts. So just kind of tell us how you got started.
Well, it was 42 years ago, and I started off.
And you were 10.
I wish. I started off in education as after student teaching in Orange. They asked me to stay on to be an ESL tutor. So I started off as a tutor.
What's the EL?
English as a second language.
Okay.
At that time, the farms in Orange had migrant workers, and many of the children did not speak English. I did not speak another language, but I was there to teach them English. So I started off there, which was great. It was during the 70s when there were very few teaching jobs. So unfortunately, there were layoffs in many districts, and I didn't land a public school job. But I was fortunate to get a parochial school job, and I taught in the parochial system for about 12 years, in between having kids, and I have 4 sons. And from there, I went into public education in Milford, and as a 6th grade teacher. And then from there, I just kind of climbed. It was a slow, purposeful journey, if that makes any sense. I went from classroom teacher to team leader to a dean of students to an assistant principal to a principal to a director of curriculum and central office to the superintendency. And it was purposeful because I was mom first.
Yeah.
And so I had to make some choices. I didn't rush right to that leadership position. So it took me many, many years to get here. I'm a mom first, and I made choices along the way that I wanted to be there for them. I wanted to be at baseball games. I wanted to be the room parent. I wanted to be involved in PTO. I wanted to be home for dinner to cook and to sit at the kitchen table and do homework. So I waited throughout the years, and I took positions that allowed me to do that. And just when I was ready to embark on a central office position, my mom got sick. And she lived with us. As I said, I had lots of support to help me along the way. One of them was my mom. She moved into our home. She took care of the younger one so that I could work all day, and she would start dinners and stuff. But then my mom got sick, and so I kind of pumped the brakes a little bit and said, you know what, it's not my time. Until my mom passed, and before she died, she said to me, I want to see you to be a superintendent. And I said, help me after you're gone, Mom. That's what I'm going to really need you.
Made me cry again.
So she was my I don't know, my mom wasn't educated, and she just wanted so much for me. She wanted something different for me. She told me she used to stand at the gates of Laurelton Hall when she was young, and she couldn't go there, but she said, if I ever have a daughter, she's going there. And if I ever have a daughter, she's going to have a college education. And she helped me every step of the way. So,
Colleen, tell us a little bit about, if you would share one of your sons.
Sure.
And what you're such an inspiration as far as a leader in the school systems, but you have also done some other really incredible things.
Thanks. Out of tragedy comes good things, right? My son, Austin, who is my second son, he was 11 years old. He was riding his bicycle on a Monday afternoon. He was not wearing a helmet, something that I will forever regret that I didn't, because I said so.
Right.
But he was hit by a truck, and he suffered a traumatic brain injury. He was in a coma for several months, and then at Newington's Children's Hospital, rehabilitation for almost a year. So I kind of left my family and my job and went to Newington to be there. And again, I had tremendous support. My mom, my husband, friends, just fellow educators and colleagues that helped me to be able to do that. It was a long road. Austin, he is physically and cognitively challenged, but with the help of a really good school system in Milford, he was able to make progress. when something like that happens, you kind of look to the heavens and say, please don't take him. I'll do anything. What do I need to do?
Imagine.
And so out of that tragedy came, what was my purpose? Was I supposed to do something with this accident? So, and not knowing what to do, we, as a family, we embarked on a journey to educate others about bicycle helmet safety. So we partnered with Yale New Haven Hospital. We did a video and a book called Now I Know Better. The accident was recreated, so Austin was actually able to get his message out there. We went to schools across Connecticut, and we talked about the parts of the brain, what their job is, and when they get damaged, how that can affect their day-to-day living and their future. We would make a Jello brain and drop it in a helmet and show kids that very little damage, maybe a headache, but then we would take it out of the helmet and drop it, and the Jello brain shears just like your brain does, and everything disconnects, so to speak, as I say to kids, which could leave you mentally, cognitively, socially impaired. So, and the thing was, well, as I moved up in my leadership roles, I could no longer go out to schools and do this. I certainly brought it to the school districts that I worked in, but each one of my sons has taken a piece of this and taken it to wherever they have worked, whether it was Kennedy Center. I have a son that had worked at Kennedy Center, another son who's a teacher, and so he took it to the West Haven Public Schools and did bicycle helmet safety. So we've kind of shared the responsibility of getting the word out about the importance of wearing a bicycle helmet.
And now you have a beautiful granddaughter?
A new granddaughter, yes, Jenny.
That's wonderful.
Yes, Austin, that's my son who was injured. It's been a tough journey for him. It's not easy for him, but again, he has a tremendous support system. And he met the love of his life and a soulmate, and he and Megan now have a daughter, Jenny,
who's
10 months old.
That's wonderful.
Shortly after the accident, the doctors at Yale that night had told me to go in and give him a kiss goodbye because he wasn't going to make it through the night. And he did. And I had a principal in Milford who said that Austin is that kid that beats the odds. They said he wouldn't wake up out of a coma, and he did. They said he would be on life support, and he wasn't. They said he would be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life, and he beat that. And so outside my front door is a slate that says, expect a miracle. That's kind of been our family's, when tough times come, you know what? It can't ever be as bad as that was.
Right. My mother always said God would never give you anything you can't handle. And I, sometimes I'm thinking, I hate that saying, but it is true.
I did hate that saying at that point in time. People would say it to me, and I'd be like, really? You got to be kidding me. I must have been in the wrong line when they were handing things out in heaven, because this is not what I expected. But good things have come from it, and I hope that we've been able to. In fact, today I'm meeting with a student who made a poor choice and fell and broke his arm. And I'm going to be talking to him today about consequences and to our actions, and talk to him a little bit about my son Austin and a decision that he made that ended up not so good for him.
Right. So tell us, like, the thing that you love most about your job.
Oh, the kids. The kids. One of the reasons why I chose Bethany, or I'm glad that they chose me, but we also choose the place that we go to work, is because it is an elementary school district. I'm an elementary school. This is where my passion is with the younger kids and the young adolescents. So I knew I didn't want to be in a big district with a high school. I wanted to be, down in the trenches. And this superintendency allows me to, on any given day, whether it's a good day or a bad day in this office, I can walk across to the school.
No bad days.
No bad days.
On your sign.
No bad days.
I see that. So it's wonderful to have a superintendent that is so passionate and inspired by our children, because
Thank you.
You have such a huge imprint on their lives, especially at this age. And they're going to be our leaders up tomorrow, and to have people with passion and great experience and role models to go by in the school systems is wonderful.
Critical. We were just having a conversation the other day. We're doing an initiative this year. We're looking at our curriculum, but more so than just the standards. More than just the standards. It's a joy of learning. Are we instilling that passion for learning, because that's what's going to take kids forward.
Right.
It's passion for what you do. So I'm hoping that we are instilling that in them.
Great. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Your school is wonderful.
Thank you.